Hello everyone, welcome back to Mobitech. In last video, we have seen how we can set up the Android Studio for Android Auto and Android Automotive OS, and in that video, we have also seen how we can write the common code which runs on both Android Auto and Android Automotive system. If you have not seen that video yet, please do check that video first. In today's video, we are diving into something crucial, the CarApp Lifecycle. CarApp Lifecycle is a combination of lifecycle of car app service, session and screen. CarApp service, you can treat it as a bridge between your app and your car host. The primary functions of the CarApp service is to validate the host and create a session and return the session to the system. Session is your app's entry point on the car. So session creates the first screen which will be displayed for your car app, and screen is nothing but you can treat it as a single page of the app, and each screen has its own life cycle and each session also has its own life cycle. Now let's see what official documentation says about the life cycles. So when your car app gets launched, first thing first is the on create session of the car app service gets called. So when the car app is launched, system first creates the car app service and then it calls the on create session. Once on create session is called, then on create of the uh, session is called. So these colored blocks are nothing but the life cycle callbacks of the session. On create gets called, then on create screen gets called. So on create screen is nothing but the sessions method. That is why it is in the different color. Then once on create say a screen gets called, then on start gets called, and this is the life cycle method. So the app becomes visible. After on start, on resume gets called. Once the on resume gets called, the user can interact with your application, and now you can say after on resume your car app is running. If in this process, if the user opens the another app or your app goes in the background, then on pause gets called, and if the app is no longer visible, then on stop gets called. In this process, if we get a new intent, that will discover what is new intent and all in the next sessions. This process gets repeated. If the host sees like the user has permanently left your app, then on destroy gets called. So this is the life cycle of car app session. So now we will practically see does it really happens. So let me run this app. I have already connected the device. The app is running on the phone, but we are more interested in the life cycle logs. So I have already added the log statements in here. So we have launched the DHU. Now we will run the app and we'll see what logs gets printed. For now, I have just enabled the logs for CarApp service for clear cut understanding. So I am running the app now. So we can see on create gets called, then on create host validator, okay, and then on create session. So on create is nothing but the car app service on create, then it validates the host if the host is correct or not, and then it creates the session. So in this method is given in the doc. So we see when the car app is launched, on create session gets called. Now we will re-enable the logs of CarAppService. Now we will re-enable the logs for CarApp session. So the session app respects the lifecycle event. So each session is a lifecycle owner. So if we go here, this is a lifecycle owner. So we can register the lifecycle event like this way. We can add an observer and we can override the methods which we want to listen to. So for now I did not add any logic to it. Just for our understanding, we have added the logs here. So I will rerun the app. The app is running. I will quit the DHU and rerun it so that we can start the app from the scratch. So I have relaunched the DHU and this is an updated app having the logs for CarApp session. So I'll run the app again and we'll see what things gets printed. So this we already see. So we are more interested in now CarApp sessions calls. So on create gets called, then on create screen, which is session class method. So this one, then on start and on resume, these are lifecycle methods. So if we go back to the documentation, on create we saw it is called, then on create screen gets called, and on start and on resume. Okay, so now if our car app gets in the background, we'll see what happens. So I'll clear out these logs first, relaunch the DHU, and we'll just go to so see on pause and on stop gets called as given in the documentation. Now see when on destroy gets called, so I will disconnect or disconnect these things. So for that I am just stopping the DH. So see on destroy, so we can see two on destroy. So first your CarApp sessions on destroy gets called and this is the service on destroy. So on destroy gets called and OS has destroyed the CarApp service, so OS automatically calls the on destroy of CarApp service. So this is regarding the CarApp service and session lifecycle. Similarly, there is a lifecycle for each screen. So when the screen is pushed to stack, so when you launch any screen, Android Auto maintains the stack of the screen. That we will have another video which will be covered in detail. So similar to the session, screen is also a lifecycle owner, so it also has the lifecycle methods. So first when the screen gets launched, on create method gets called, then the on get template of the screen class gets called, then on start the screen becomes visible similar to the session, and on resume, in that your screen with your screen user can start interacting and now your screen is visible. So practically we will see how it works in the screen. So I'll enable the logging here. So similar to the session, we have added the lifecycle observer here. So let me rerun the app. So I have rerun the app and I am going to launch the application. So let's see which method gets called. So see these tags hello world screen. So hello world's on create gets called, then on start, on resume, and on get template, so which is listed in here. On create, on get template, on start, on resume. Now when your screen is, if user navigates to another screen or your app becomes in the background, then on pause, on stop, and on destroy gets called. So we'll see that. See, on pause, on stop gets called. And if your screen, if your app becomes destroyed, then first thing is screens on destroy gets called, then sessions on destroy gets called, and then service on destroy gets called. So this is about the life cycle of the car app. Next video we will see how the screen navigation works for Android Auto and Android Automotive. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you.